there's this pulse, that we connect with, like deep inside, which really holds that anchoring. But I'm wanting us to just feel and really immerse into that expansion and that contraction. Yeah. Just like how the waves of the ocean move. Yeah. So we're just going to tune into the expansion is when we're feeling, there's life energy moving. There's maybe a heart opening, a belly opening. There's a deep realization. Yeah, there's this light pouring in. There's this, ah, that feeling of like, there, something's open, something's moving, and just start to feel that movement. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the contractions where we get squeezed. Yeah. And it's like we go inward, we go downward. There can be, contraction in our consciousness, contraction in our hearts, contraction in the belly. There's no love, there's no life energy, there's no seeing or wisdom or anything. It's just we're in this contraction, we're in the blackness, right? And it's at that place, like, oh, we're in the heartbreak. We're in, there's something that is going this way. And when we don't allow that place just to move through, that's when it gets stuck, right? That's when there's this, like, almost this stuckness, this identification, this pattern that loops, the story that plays out, this attachment, or I mean, it can move in so many different ways, right? But you all know that feeling of being in the contraction, right? When we allow that contraction through connecting with the depth of the feminine and Great Mother's birthing canal, and that's a natural process, we usually need to feel something deeply, right? When we allow the deep feeling just to move through, it could be deep, deep pain, deep sorrow, despair, whatever is there, the story drops away, right? The narrative, the pattern that's moving, the identification that's gripping on. And there's actually like a surrender, and then like there's a dropping into what's deeply underneath, right? Like something that has been fragmented, or it's been hidden, or it's never received love, it's never received that light. When we get to feel those deep places underneath, underneath the contraction that's gotten stuck, right? That contraction that's gotten stuck can also look like protection, right? And there's lots of ways that it can kind of move, but you have a sense of what I'm saying. But when we really go underneath there and we just let that pop breathe, we give space there. We give it presence. We welcome it. So Great Mother, she welcomes. This is why I always speak about this path is not about rising into the love and the light. It's not about trying to fix or change anything. It's about embracing and bringing that love, bringing that light into the deepest, darkest part of you and the people you're serving, because we're working with it here. But this is what this theme is about. If we can really be with these deep layers here, then we can be with those deep layers there. So we're in that contraction, we're going down, then we meet that place, then the deep feeling happens, then there's the dropping, and there's like a surrender, and then there's a letting go, and then the waters come, and then you can feel the earth again, and you can feel that pulse, and you can feel that, oh, I'm alive again, right? And then the heart can breathe, and the love starts to come, and it's like back again, but more of you, more of you is here now, right? And there's the wave, then there's then there's the expanse again, and the creativity, and it all, it goes into that wave. If we try and stay there and we don't let that happen, we don't deepen women. Yeah, and it's kind of like that journey of becoming whole, of fully meeting every aspect of humanity. This contraction can also look like blackness, murkiness, thickness. This is when kind of past life energies are moving through, ancestral, collective wounds around the masculine and the feminine. And when we're in there, woman, it can be like, oh, am I ever going to get out? And this is why I work with the divine masculine, you know, that light of consciousness, to bring that light all the way through, that can really go into the darkness. He penetrates with that light and that love, and he brings that presence there. And then it's like, okay, there's just some darkness that's needing to move through and digest. When we're in that deep feminine pulse, she's just digesting it. She's like, oh, okay, this needs to move through. This needs to digest. This needs to decompose. Because if we don't let that move through, we rise up. And if we don't have the consciousness there, it starts to create a pocket of energy, and then it creates an identification, and then it has a whole persona, and then it starts to move into form, right? It's like a pocket that, and when it does that, it's actually trying to find a way to see itself, right? And it's to, all of it is welcome. All of it is welcome. But the more we can be present with those kind of deep, dark, unconscious places, it doesn't need to play out in stories and patterns and repeating dramas and all of this kind of thing, right? Does this resonate with you, what I'm saying? Does it kind of ring true? Okay. Okay, great. So, so this theme, even if you're not holding a circle of women, right, or people, or facilitating on that level, you apply it to yourself. It's very much a key in the intimate relating as well. And it's a key within anything you're creating, because they're going to be expansions and they're going to be contractions. And it's part of the initiation of birthing something deeply from the creational force, and not from the mind idea of what creation looks like, right? It's both dying and birthing. So, and that's how she moves.